watch who you have babies with, because what you see ain't all what you see. You have to get to know these women. And these young girls nowadays, they don't care. They don't have no morals, no value for themselves. They just want to be superstars. Be on the internet, be on the Instagram, be on Love and Hip Hop, and all of that mess. It's just crazy.
Every time I see what some of these guys have to go through with these horrible baby mamas, I thank God every day I never had to deal with it. But sometimes it's the baby mama who chooses the wrong type of guy or guys to have a baby with. Then she'll sit around complaining about them.
This is just a fucking reminder.
Remember, be careful who you have kids with. She couldn't even get the first sentence out of her mouth without dropping the F word. Let's see how many times she does it.
This is just a fucking reminder. Be so fucking careful who you choose to have kids with. Like, I'm being so serious. You have the choice, like, really, really be careful. Without going into like too much fucking detail, my kids' dads chose to not be a part of their life.
She said my kids' dads, as in plural.
And still try to blame me for it, okay? They don't pay child support, they don't show up for their kids for years and years and years, and then blame the mother that it's their fault that they can't see their kids. Like, it's a whole fucking thing.
So, how many times have we seen these so-called mothers blocking the children's father from seeing the kids? Too many times. Boy, I'd love to talk to her baby daddies to see what they have to say.
So, choose wisely who the fuck you want to have children with.
Multiple baby daddies, none of them are involved in their child's lives, and none of them want to pay child support. Interesting. Seeing a trend in the type of guys that she's choosing?
Even though I raised these kids by myself since day one, come correct. Even with that being said, they still try to fuck with your shit. They still try to make you feel like you are the worst mother, even though you've been taking care of the kids while they've been out doing drugs and doing all this dumbass shit.
Could this be the type of woman who looked past the good guys to go after the bad boys, and now she's reaping what she sowed? I'm getting that kind of vibe from her because of the foul mouth language, the arm sleeve tattoo, and the nose ring.
They will still be out here trying to make it your fault. So you choose somebody that is gonna actually show up for your fucking kids. I was young and dumb. I would not trade my kids for the fucking world. Like, it happened the way that it needed to.
All you young ladies out there, you better pay close attention. This is what you're gonna be sounding like in the near future if you keep sleeping around with these bad boy types.
But holy there's just a level of stress.
Collagen is often referred to as our modern-day fountain of youth, and for good reason. Our body loses its natural ability to produce collagen as we age. This is the reason why we see a visible decline in our skin, hair, and nails. Supplementing collagen can help reverse those visible signs of aging, but we have to make sure we're getting it from the right source. This multi-collagen uses a unique blend of the top 5 critical most important types of collagen our body needs to help bring back the youthfulness in our skin, hair, and nails. Just mix it into your morning drink once a day and watch as your body re-energizes and rejuvenates itself from the inside out, thanks to this powerful blend. If you've ever wondered how celebrities keep their skin, hair, and nails glowing, now you know. Order it today and get a bundle of benefits like VIP health and fitness coaching for life and a new downloadable report called The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin completely free. Be sure to go to healthactright.com, including 51% off, or click on the More button below and using my link before the special offer ends.
That comes with picking the wrong one. And like, I know the people out there that get it. We've really been minding our own fucking business for years. And these motherfuckers will still try and text me once a year talking about, when can I see my kid? They're not your kid no more.
But didn't she just say they chose to be out of their child's life?
They don't pay child support, they don't show up for their kids for years and years and years, and then blame the mother that it's their fault that they can't see their kids. Like,
but now you're saying that they'll text you and try to see the kids, but you won't let them. That means that you're the one that's stopping them from visiting their kids. Now, of course, I know that she has to be careful because she wants to protect the kids to make sure that the father doesn't come see them one time and then never comes to see them again. And you don't want the kids to suffer from emotional trauma. But don't say that they're not trying to see the kids and then turn around and say that they're texting you, but you won't let them see the kids.
Let me tell you something else. Nobody rides harder for a deadbeat dad than his new girlfriend that thinks that he's being kept from his kids because she believes his bullshit.
So the chances are that the new girlfriend told him he should see his kids. So he texted her to ask to see the kids right in front of the new girlfriend, and you told him no, right in front of the new girlfriend. She's not believing this BS. She's believing that you replied no. It's on the text message.
Yep. It happens. Deadbeat sperm donors are something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really, please be careful. Please. please.
Well, at least she admitted that she chose them. Now, for the fellas out there who have yourself established and thinking about having children at a later stage in life, take a listen to this. It's called double dipping as far as you paying child support is concerned.
William had his first child when he was 55 years old. He got started late in life. Well, about 3 years later, he was going through a divorce, and they had to calculate what his income was for child support purposes. Well, when they did, they included in income a rather sizable amount that he was contributing to his 401k. He complained about that and said, "That's not fair. I'm putting that away for my retirement." Court said the law's clear. That's income to you. You don't get a deduction for child support purposes for money you're putting into the 401k for your own retirement. Well, move forward 7 years. Guess what? He's retired. He's starting to draw money out of his 401k. They go to recalculate child support, and guess what they do? They put the money that he's pulling out of his 401k in as his income for child support purposes. He said, "Wait a second." His lawyer said, "Wait a second. This isn't right. He's already been charged with that money as income for child support purposes 7 years ago. Now you're going to charge him with it, taking it out. That doesn't seem fair. If this were a savings account, there would be no question. You don't charge somebody for pulling money out of a savings account. You've already taxed them for child support purposes on that." Well, the law is clear, unfortunately. Any money that you take out of a 401k, an IRA, or any kind of retirement account or pension is considered income for child support purposes. It didn't matter that he had already been essentially taxed for child support purposes on that money. He was going to get hit again with it. This doesn't seem fair, does it?
So if you're thinking about having a kid and you got a lot of money in your 401k or in an annuity, the minute you start drawing that money, if your kid is still under 18 years old and you're still paying child support, you're going to have to pay even more money towards child support for that income too. Wow. Talk about getting a shaft with no Vaseline. And now, let's take a look at the dark side of why you should be careful who you have kids with.
I'm a repo guy. I don't hide it. It's a scenario that I've seen time and time again, not necessarily in Ontario where I live, but in Alberta. And a particular file I was working. He was working oil and gas. This guy was making in excess of $140,000 a year. The economy goes for shit. Oil and gas goes through the toilet. Buddy loses his job. Company shuts down. Does what he's got to do. Takes a job at $60,000. Well, that shit ain't good enough for the rig pig that he hooked up with. 2 kids. She buggers off. Goes to court. I want child support. Your Honor, last year he made $140,000. That is what his child support is based on. He can't afford that. Nobody can. Because he went from $140,000 to $60,000. He's doing the best he can. He loves his kid. So, he's got some decisions to make. Make his truck payment, his insurance payment, his house payment, whatever other payments he's got to make. First one he stops is his insurance payment. Driving with no insurance. Risk it. The second thing, he loses his place to live. Now the guy's living in his truck. Yep, I am going to get a lot of hate for this, but it is my job and it is what I do. Now he's behind on his truck payments. All his toys are gone. His woman's gone. She's got the kids. And he's got this financial obligation that he can't pay. Child maintenance now seizes his driver's license. Now he can't drive. Can't work because he can't drive. Can't drive because he's got no insurance. Then he loses his truck. Now, I kept in contact with this guy because he was a really decent guy. A couple of weeks. A couple of weeks after I lost contact with him, I found out he himself because he couldn't survive. He couldn't survive financially. He couldn't survive mentally. Now, the economy, yep, shit happens. But he went and got a job, making less money. He could have gone to court and got his child support reduced. He couldn't afford to go. He's dead. Gone.
And of course, since it was a man, nobody cares. They never really care what happens to us, especially in the court system. But not only is his life gone, the children lost their father, and now the mother has to financially take care of the kids all by herself. And lastly, let's take a look at this so-called mother, or should I say, a child who had a child.
You gonna give me my baby or not?
I'm trying to put her
I can put my own child in the car. Don't touch my car. Give me my baby so I can do it.
Stop. You're making a big deal in front of
When you give me my baby, you can go. I am grown. Don't touch my car, man. Don't touch my car. Oh, stop.
Now you're touching and jealous.
You still got it on camera? All right. Now, she don't want to give me my baby. I drove up here
You
for 2 hours,
pushed me.
and she don't want to give me my child.
There's no car seat in
Yes,
there.
it is a car seat in there, man. Car seat right there.
Let me put her in.
No. Give me my baby so I can go. You don't need to be in my car.
So this man drove 2 hours to pick up his child and spend time with her. Now this childish so-called mother wants to put the child in the car seat herself. If she felt like he couldn't put the child in the car seat himself, then why did she agree to meet him and give him the child?
It's a car seat in there.
Her. Now you're
No,
yelling.
I'm not yelling. I want you to give me my child so I can go
You're
home.
screaming at me in
I'm
front
not
of her.
screaming, but I just want my child so I can go home. Well,
She
get in the
asked
car.
me to put her in.
No, she did not.
Sophia.
This man did not raise his voice not one time, but she want to pretend like she's so concerned about the child. Well, if she is, then why is she doing what she's doing right now, in front of the child? If she really cared about her child, she would give her to him and go about her business.
Come on, man. I ain't got time to be playing with you. Well, I'm trying to
This
go
is not a
home.
game. It's not
Well, give me my baby so I can leave.
Alright, now you're making her upset.
Alright, you got all this on camera? We will be showing it to the judge when we get my baby.
Okay, Rodney. You've been saying that for years.
Okay, and give me 10 days. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So you're not gonna give me my baby?
It's not a big deal.
Are you gonna give me my baby or not, Melissa?
You cannot.
Are you gonna give me? Can I see my child?
Yes.
Okay, well give her
Stop
to me so I can go
screaming at me.
home. I'm not screaming at you, but you're playing games, and
No,
I
I'm
don't feel
not
like
playing
playing
games.
with
I
you.
tried to open the door and you pushed me.
I didn't push you.
Yes,
It's
you
on
did.
camera. If they
It
think
is
I
on
pushed you, it's on
camera.
camera. But can I have my child so I can go home? I don't want to keep going back and forth with you. I don't. I'm tired of doing this. You're always doing the
It's not
most.
back and forth.
What can I give?
I just tried to put her in.
You give her to me so I can go.
Don't push me.
I'm not pushing you. Just give me my
Can I
child.
put her in the car? Come on.
You give her to me so I can go, man. You ain't got to do this.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Come on, Sophia.
It's not a big deal.
Give her to me. Man, you're not touching my car, bro. That's final. That's not happening. I don't want you in my car. I don't
I'm
trust
not
you.
getting in
I do
the
not
car.
trust. I don't
What
want
am
you in my
I gonna
car.
do in the car?
Nothing. I just don't want you on it. I don't want you to touch her. I know how you are.
That's a baby seat.
That's not a baby seat. That's a
Okay,
car
then
seat.
let me in.
No, you can get in your
Rodney,
car and
this is
leave.
not a big deal.
Are you gonna give me my child or not? Give it to me right now so I can
It's
go.
not a big deal.
I'm not gonna keep doing this with you, bro.
I'm not doing anything. All I did
Well,
was
get in your
open the
car and
door.
go home.
You pushed
What are you
me.
doing? No,
All I
it's-
did was try to put her in the car
Oh,
because
give me my
she's
child so I
crying.
can go, Melissa.
And she had the nerve at the end to say, this is ridiculous. Let me rephrase it for her because she should have said, she is ridiculous. She never had any intentions of giving him that child. This was purposely done to get him to drive for 2 hours for nothing. Even if he had let her put the child in the car seat, she would have found some other way to keep him from taking the child with him. Notice she said, that's a baby seat, and he said, no, it's not. She was fishing for a reason not to give him the child. The saddest thing is, even if she never gave him the child, even if the court system saw this video, they wouldn't do a damn thing to her. And that's why so many of these women do this nonsense. There's no consequence to their actions. So fellas, you better wrap it up tight when you're sleeping with these women. And you better pay close attention to how she acts when she doesn't get her way before you two have a child. If you start seeing immaturity, it's time to pull out of the relationship. Otherwise, this is what you're gonna be dealing with. Thank God I never had to deal with this nonsense. And no good man should have to deal with it either. Wrap it up tight, fellas. Wrap it up tight. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.